The new year upon us. One thing is absolutely certain, there'll be a lot of cricket in 2024. So what are we looking forward to in 2024? I hope you're looking forward to a lot of things as well. And I've made a small list of 4 or 5 things. I've alluded to some of those already in my review of 2023. So here's what I'm looking ahead to in 2024. I'm looking forward immediately to that test series against England. And I'd like India to use the home advantage very well. Now, that does not mean that the first ball takes a bit of the turf out and turns accordingly. No, you make good Indian pitches. And if India make good Indian pitches, India will start with a competitive advantage because India's bowlers will be far more skillful in home conditions, where India always play 5 bowlers because of the balance of the side. Each of our spinners can bat, so you're batting till 9, you're playing 5 bowlers. India is very, very difficult to beat at home, but the kind of tracks will determine India's competitive advantage. We saw in Indore that sometimes you prepare a track that turns from the outside and the opposition can bowl well. Good Indian pitches, and I think India will win that series against England quite easily. Then there's the T20 World Cup, and I think India need to look at what kind of player India is going to pick at the T20 World Cup rather than who India picks at the T20 World Cup, because I think the game is moving very, very rapidly. You need a certain kind of player, and I'd like to see a great deal of clarity on what kind of player India pick. So far, we've gone by who India pick. If the who that India picks is willing to play the manner in which you need to play to win a World Cup, so be it. But I'd like to see that clarity in selection for the T20 World Cup. What about the IPL? It just goes from strength to strength. I have one slightly quirky wish from the IPL. We have the orange cap in the IPL that rewards the number of runs you score. The number of runs you score, just as the individual landmark, has very little meaning in T20 cricket, because if you don't score your runs quickly enough, you end up contributing to your team's defeat. But that orange cap, it rewards the number of runs scored, and I think it rewards something that is not very critical in T20 cricket. Yes, if you have a monster year like Virat Kohli in 2016 or Shubman Gill in 2023, it also rewards an extraordinary player. But I'd like that orange cap to be tweaked a little bit towards effectiveness rather than mere number. It's just a quirky thing for me. I'm not a big fan, as all of you know, of individual landmarks in sport. I like individual landmarks as long as they're part of the process of the team doing well. Sometimes you can get too obsessed with individual landmarks. And I'm not talking only of the players. I'm talking about you and me as well. I've already talked about women's cricket. I'd love to see lots more wonderful talent come through with the WPL scouts. I think that'll become very easy. I think Amol Muzumdar has done a very good job. Now let's start building coaches just below the national level so that we're getting ready players, much more India A cricket with the women. I want 2024 to be a big year for Indian women's cricket. What lies ahead in test match cricket? My fear is that we are heading increasingly, and 2023 was already made some progress on that front, towards test cricket being confined to just 4 teams that want to play seriously. I'm not sure a lot of teams are as convinced about test match cricket. I'm not sure the best players want to play test match cricket, and I hope that 2024 doesn't take the game even further towards being a 4 or at best a 5 team phenomenon. So I want to see a lot more good test cricket as well. In 2024, I'd like to see Sri Lanka and West Indies and Bangladesh and Pakistan all play good test match cricket and not just leave it to India, England, Australia, New Zealand, to some extent South Africa, who are on the cusp playing only 2 test series, to keep flying that flag. So there you are, lots of great cricket in 2024. It never really stops. Are we going to have a tier 2 IPL in September, October? I don't know. I only hope it's not a T10 IPL, because we've already got T20, 50 overs, test match cricket. We're struggling with all of those. I don't think we're ready to have another format yet. So I'm looking forward to September, October, but I hope it's not T10 cricket. There you are, lots more cricket. We'll stay in touch, all of us. It's the fans that keep the game alive. The fans, Indian cricket fan continues to be the single greatest entity in world cricket, and I hope that continues in 2024.